Thanks for checking out SYMFONI on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe and like our videos for updates.
James Manager, Delta South. Mr. President, I am aware that we are determined to pass this bill today. And I'm also in that spirit for obvious reasons. Mr. President, this document was handed over to me only this morning. And this particular document, what is contained, what the little few things that I've seen are very, very sensitive. Very, very sensitive. It's about Nigeria and everything about elections. I will advise that you take it easy when we are going through it clause by clause. Because some of the clauses that are there, most of the clauses, apart from 16 people that are privileged to serve on this committee, every other person, particularly speaking for myself, I'm seeing this document for the first time. And therefore, you take it easy. When you get a particular clause, please, I will plead with you to allow us go through that particular clause so that we will have something to say, so that at the end of the day, by the time I'm leaving here, I will also own this document, so that if somebody confronts me when I leave here, if I have nothing to say, that means I stayed here and I slept over throughout the entire period. That is the appeal that I'm making, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President, for the... Normally, on bills that are sensitive, I go clause by clause. It's only when you're establishing institutions where in normal cases they are standard, this thing, everybody knows what it is. But in cases like this, it's clause by clause. So I want to assure you that it's going to be clause by clause, even though most of the clauses are settled, so to speak. But all the same, we'll go clause by clause. So we'll start voting now. We'll start from clause 1 on page 1. And by way of guidance, what we'll be voting for is on the fourth rather. That is committee recommendation. We are voting on committee recommendation. And that's the fourth column. If you look at clauses, provisions of the Repeal Act, provisions of the bill, then the fourth column will be committee recommendation just before remarks. So we are voting for or against committee recommendation. Those in favor that clause 1 stands part of the bill, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Clause 2 is functions of the commission. Clause 2. Those in favor that clause 2 stands part of the bill, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Clause 3 is establishment of the Independent National Electoral Commission Fund. Any comments? Those in favor that this clause stands part of the bill, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Clause 5 on page 5. Oh, sorry, clause 4, sorry. Clause 4, expenditure of the commission on page 4. Those in favor that clause 4 stands part of the bill, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Clause 5 on page 5, annual estimates and accounts. Those in favor that annual estimates, clause 5, stands part of the bill, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Clause 6. Those in favor that clause 6 stands part of the bill, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Clause 7. Committees of the commission. Those in favor that the clause 7 stands part of the bill, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Clause 8. Staff of the commission. Those in favor that clause 8 stands, clause 8.
Sorry? What did we pass? Which one? Clause 8. Staff of the Commission. Those in favor that Clause 8 stands part of the bill say aye. Those against say nay, the ayes have it. Clause 9. National Register of Voters and Voters Registration. Those in favor that Clause 9 stands part of the bill say aye. Those against say nay, the ayes have it. Clause 10. Continuous voter registration. Clause 10 on page 12. Those in favor that Clause 10 stands part of the bill say aye. Those against say nay, the ayes have it. Clause 11, appointment of officers. Clause 11 on page 14. Colleagues. Distinguished colleagues. No, please. And let me read what we are voting for or against. The amendment being sought. At the moment, what we have passed, what we have voted for, and is included in this report now, is the amendment sought by Senator Sabi Abdullahi. There is an existing amendment request that, no, we should retain what is there, like we did with 180 and 120. So if you think we should retain what is here, you will vote yes. If you think what we have passed before, the amendment of Senator Sabi, then you vote against this one. Is that clear? Okay, I'll put the question. And the amendment, please, for the avoidance of doubt, for the avoidance of doubt, the way it is written here is the Commission may transmit results of elections by electronic means where and when practicable. This is the amendment. So if you don't want it, I will put the question now. Those in favor that clause 52.3 as amended by Senator Basi Akpan, say aye. Those against say nay. The nays have it. Point of order, Minority Leader.
Go and tell them.
Consideration of the report at the point at which we stopped. That is C52.3.
Question is, those in favor of the motion that the Senate resolves into Committee of the Whole to continue with the consideration of the report, say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
52.3, that's what we are. And I raised a point for amendment 52.2.
Point of order, Mr. President.
Point of order, Minority Leader.
73 of our rules. Any senator may challenge the opinion of the president or the chairman by claiming a division. Mr. President, I claim a division on the ruling on the last vote on 52-3 by seeking. No problem.
I would have taken your amendment, but the Senate minority leader said he wants a division. My hands are tied. My hands are tied. So once we do the division, there will be no amendment, because we can't go through another rigorous process. Once we do division, there will be no amendment. Is that clear? Minority leader, you still insist on the division?
We want Nigerians to know who has voted or not.
The minority leader has come under our standing order 73, page 51 of our standing order. He is challenging the ruling I gave on the amendment sought by Senator Basi Alban Akpan. The amendment he sought was defeated. Now we have come to this point that we'll have to count ourselves. Those who voted against it, just hold on, let me finish explaining. Those who voted against it will remain on this side. Those who voted for it should remain on this side. No, please. No, Senate Leader.
Mr. President, my highly respected and distinguished colleagues, I have to rise up at this point, given the responsibility which you have given me at this crucial point in time, to be the leader of this Senate. Mr. President, before we take this step, it is very, very important for all of us. We are statesmen. All of us have responsibilities to our constituencies and to the entire Nigerian nation. It will not show well or bear well for us after having clocked 2 years to come along this path. Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues, whatever passions and whatever positions that we have, we should remember that first and foremost, we are statesmen and also Democrats. Therefore, I don't want to bore you with too much talk, but to appeal. I wish to appeal to my colleague, the minority leader, to please, in the name of God, withdraw this thing for a petition.
On point of order, Rule 14 of our law, our standing order. Mr. President, before we go ahead to do the division, it's important that Nigerians know what we want, what we are being divided about, so that no one misunderstands what is going on here. And sub 2 of order 14, sir, says, whenever a matter of privilege arises, it shall be taken up immediately. It's important that Nigerians know that all of us on both sides of the aisle are agreeable to the possibility of INEC deciding on electronic transmission. No one here is opposed to that. So that Nigerians are not misinformed about that. Mr. President, I have my
continue.
I have my privilege. Mr. President, Mr. President, Mr. President, Mr. President, the only difference is with respect to procedure. And the essence of this amendment is to say and to emphasize that INEC and the Nigerian Communications Commission shall be able to satisfy themselves that no community, no part of Nigeria will be disenfranchised as a result of the manner of implementation of this initiative. Mr. President, I am a member of the Senate Committee on Communication, just like the distinguished minority leader. The chairman of the committee is here, the vice chairman is here. Our own official record is that 43% of the Nigerian community has access to internet. And as far as we are concerned, Mr. President, no one here, either in the leadership or membership of this Senate, is opposed to electronic transfer and electronic transmission of results. But Section 1.3 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, says any law, including acts of National Assembly, that is made and is inconsistent with the Constitution of our country, shall, to the extent of that inconsistency, remain null and void. The same Constitution is clear. It is the INEC that will regulate election. And transmission of election is part of the electoral process. What we have done is to make it clear. What we have done is to make it clear. What we have done is to make it clear. What we have done is to make it clear. So on that basis, sir, if we need to be divided, so be it.
Point of order, and thereafter we are going into division. Go ahead.
Voting again. If after voting, and majority leader still say no, he does not agree with the voting, then we go into a division. So the time to divide has not been here. So can I read it, sir? Can I read it? No, because I said that they will hear. Let me read it.
To our colleagues on this division thing. But we also know that division is part of our standing orders. So since there is insistence, we have no alternative but to go into division. But before we do that, I want to make this point, that all of us here, including some of our colleagues who have traveled on some assignments and therefore are not here, believe that our country should have an electoral system where electronic transmission will be part and parcel of the process. We all are agreed on that. What the issue today is the coverage. Most of our societies, our communities in this country have no connectivity at all. And therefore, this division is about either the distinguished senators are saying, yes, we agreed we should have, but let's not disenfranchise any community in Nigeria. So with this, I will, please, with these comments, I will invite the clerk of the Senate and his team. We divide. Those opposed to the amendment being sought by Senator Albert Basi Akpan will stand on this side. So if you are on this side and you agree with it, you can move to that side. And if there is a list here. There is a list by state. And it starts with Abia and ends with Zamfara. So we'll call our names and then we vote. You stand up and say, because we need to see you presently, and then say, you vote, please. And then you say, you vote this way. Is that clear? The amendment, once again, is that we retain what is in the report. But excuse me, please. No, just hold on. Allow me to speak, please. Let me explain. You see, we are not doing this thing for ourselves only. Nigerians are interested in this, so they need to understand. At the moment, what is in the report has been defeated. The amendment sought by Senator Sabi Ali Abdullahi was upheld. The amendment was upheld, so that is the subsisting. So if you want what Senator Sabi has done, has amended, you vote yes. No, you vote no, sorry. Sorry, excuse me, please. You vote, no, it's okay. It's all right. It's okay, so Sabi amended. You stick with it because that is what is existing now, and vote no. You vote no because we are voting on the proposal by Senator Albert Basi. Yeah, is that clear? Senator
is on Order 72, in which the minority leader raised and demanded or requested for voice vote. We have three options, and the second option is what we are adopting. And that second option is that we should sign a register. You mentioned that we have a register. In that register, we have two parties here and the third one. Those did not require that we should stand up and say, we are of APC here. If any APC member wants to go and vote there, then let him be counted. That is the register.
The voting will start because the minority leader has demanded for a division. Division, when the clerk calls somebody's name, answer your name and tell us where you are. When you stand up, because you need to be seen so that nobody later goes to complain. So if they call your name, you stand up and say you vote yes. But no, not Sabi's motion. It's his own motion. Because, please, we voted on his amendment. And the minority leader said he didn't like the ruling. So the ruling is under question mark. And it's about the amendment sought. So if you don't like what he said, you vote no. You vote no. Anybody who doesn't like what Senator Basi, vote no. If you like, vote yes. Is that clear?
Senator Orji Chodo Ohemapule. Senator Orji Chodo Ohemapule. Senator Kalu Orji Uzor. Senator Kalu Orji Uzor.
No, you allow me, Mr. President and my colleagues. I'm coming. I'm going to vote. Every member of this Senate believes in electronic voting and electronic transmission. Allow me. You cannot shout me down. For God's sake, you can't shout me down. Unless you want us to sleep here. You cannot shout me. You cannot shout me down. It's either you allow me to talk or we will stop here. I vote because there are no coverage in my village. There is no coverage in my village. Senator Abaribe knows that. There is no coverage where we come from. I don't want anybody to make a political point where we come from. There is no coverage, as such, I vote no.
Senator Abaribe Eniaya Hakot.
Thank you. My name is Ifeanyi Ubah. I represent Abia South, and I'm the minority leader of the Senate. And I vote yes to Nigeria, yes to electronic voting.
Hold on, please. Okay.
Distinguished colleagues, I just want to advise. Please, when
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, my distinguished colleagues. Aisha Tidair Ahmed Binani, representing Adama Central. I'm voting against the amendment of Senator Albert Bassi. No. Yes, that's it.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our dear President, distinguished colleagues, I remain Senator Albert Bassi Akpan. I represent the good people of Akwa Ibom Northeast. I vote yes to the recommendation in this report.
President, Senator Akoni Yayi, representing Akwa Ibom South Senatorial District. Okay. I vote yes.
Dr. Christopher Stephen Ekweremadu, I represent the good people of Akwa Ibom State, Northwest in Akwa Ibom State. Mr. President, in this circumstance, I vote yes for electronic transmission.
Distinguished colleagues, I rise to categorically vote against the second proposed amendment. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is distinguished Senator Clopas Moses. I represent the very blessed people of Bayelsa Central Senatorial District. I rise to vote yes for electronic transmission of...
Your Excellency, the President of the Senate and distinguished colleagues, I rise to oppose the motion proposed by Senator Albert Bassi. Thank you.
This is my name, and I represent Bayelsa West. It is unconstitutional to subject INEC to NCC. Therefore, I vote for electronic transmission and for retention of the committee's report. Thank you.
I vote for electronic transmission as contained in the report.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, my name is Kashim Shetima. I represent the good people of Borno Central, and I am voting no to the amendment as proposed by Senator from Akwa Ibom.
Colleagues, my name is Abubakar Kyari, Senator representing Borno North, and I'm voting no against the motion moved by Senator Albert Akpa.
Distinguished colleagues, Mohamed Ali Ndume, I categorically vote no against the amendment by distinguished Senator Albert.
legitimacy of the vote. I therefore vote yes to electronic transmission of results.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, my name is Distinguished Senator Stephen Adi Odi. I represent the good people of Cross River North. I vote no.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Gershon Bassi, representing the people of Cross River South Senatorial District. I vote in support of the motion and in support of the report recommendations. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ovie Omo Agege, Delta Central Senatorial District. Mr. President, guided by the official position of NCC to the effect that coverage... Hey! I have the floor. I have the floor. I have the floor. I have the floor. Thank you. Thank you. I have the floor. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. Guided by the official position of NCC to the effect that coverage is only 43% in this country, I hereby, because I want uniformity in our laws, because I want uniformity in our laws, I hereby vote no.
Senator Peter Wombosh, Delta North.
I vote against the motion moved by Albert.
Yes.
Mr. President, Obinogba, Ebony Central. I say yes to electronics.
Ebony North. I support that INEC transmits electronically the results unless where it is not practicable.
That's what is here.
Senator Samebu said, at the risk of being wrong, it's in conformity with the amendment. So, no, it's okay. So, okay. So,
my name is Senator Michael Amanachi, PhD, from Ebonyi State. I am here profoundly saying that my vote goes for electronic voting and transmission.
Oh dear, I say yes to electronic transfer of results.
Representing the good people of Edo North, I rise to say no to the amendment proposed by Senator Bassi.
Rogide, I represent the good people of Edo South Senatorial District. I rise to say yes for electronic transmission of...
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I am Michael Ekweremadu Bamidele, Minority Leader. Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I am Michael Ekweremadu Bamidele. I represent the Ekiti Central Senatorial District. Mr. President, in support of electronic transmission of results, and ensuring that INEC is not fettered in its exercise of discretion, I vote no to the proposal by Senator Albert
Olujimi, Ekiti South. Mr. President, I stand on the side of the people, of Nigerians. I vote yes.
Kuka Otaze. I represent the good people of Enugu North Central District of Enugu State. Mr. President, Mr. Chairman and the colleagues, I stand for the commission may transmit results in INEC to any other authority because we don't want two arbiters. INEC should be always as practicable, not as any other thing. It should not be decided for anybody. And I say yes.
To support, I say yes because I have all the networks in Abuja.
Representing Gombe Central,
and I stand to vote no against the amendment.
My name is Senator Alkali Saidu Ahmed. I represent Gombe North. I stand to vote for no for the amendment that was sought. Thank you, Mr.
My name is Senator BK Amos. I represent the good people of Gombe South. I said capital no to the amendment proposed by Senator Bas.
Incredible elections, and I vote yes for Senator Chukuma Frank Ibezim, representing the good people of Imo North. I rise to oppose the last amendment.
Ibrahim Hassan Hadija, representing Jigawa Northeast, a zone that has one of the worst internet penetrations in the country, and I therefore vote no to Albert's amendment, which would definitely disenfranchise my voters when it comes to the time of election. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Senator Eladi Abdullahi Sankara, representing Jigawa Northwest. I stand to vote no.
Senator colleagues, I remain Ubasani representing Kaduna Central. I rise to vote no to the amendment made by my distinguished colleague on the other side. Thank you.
Colleagues, I am Suleiman Abdukwari. I rise to vote no to Albert's amendment. Thank you.
I am Allah, represent Kaduna South. I stand to say yes to electronic voting.
Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues, due to the fact that I do not have coverage in some of my constituencies, I vote no against Albert. Colleagues, I am Senator Engineer Kabiru Gaya, representing Katsina Central. I rise to say no to the amendment of Mr. Albert. Thank you.
Ahmed Baketa. I represent Katsina North. To avoid confusion and to make sure that we have free and fair election in this country, I am voting no against the amendment proposed by Senator Albert.
Bello Mandia, I represent Katsina South. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I rise to vote no to the amendment proposed by my distinguished colleagues on the other side. Thank you.
Representing Kebbi Central, I rise to vote no for the amendment proposed by Senator Albert, because I believe Nigeria is not right for electronic transfer of election results.
Abdullahi, representing Kebbi North, and I vote no.
Distinguished colleagues, Yakubu Oseni from Kogi Central. In the overall interest of Nigerians, I say no to that other side of
Sajibrin, representing the very good people of Kogi East. Mr. President, or standing in as chairman, in this country, we know that policy implementation has always been a problem. And the reason is that a priori, from the beginning, at the point of conception, there is a problem, because we don't see through the whole process. It is on that note that I say no to this amendment, because that, to the amendment, it is on that. I'm against, and I say no. I say no to the amendment from Albert.
And distinguished colleagues, my name is Ibrahim Yaya Olori Egbe. I represent Kwara Central District. Mr. Chairman, while voting no against the amendment of Albert, I wish to add that this no is to support due process of electronic voting, not the ones that will disturb Nigeria. I said no to Albert amendment.
I vote capital no.
President, I vote no just to allow INEC to do the best job for Nigeria. Thank you.
To electronic transmission of voting, Adiola Solomon Olamilekan, representing the good people of Lagos West.
I vote capital no to any amendment proposed by Senator Akpan Batsi on the electronic transmission of voting. Thank you.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I'm Tanko Alamakura. I represent Nasarawa South. I oppose the amendment by Senator Albert Akpan.
Thank you.
I say no.
Colleagues, having agreed with the transmission of results,
Thank you.
with by INEC with Sabi amendment for the transmission of results. Thank you. Listen. I insist you listen. Distinguished Chair, I am Senator Abdullahi Adamu. I represent Nasarawa West in this chamber. In view of my very clear head, knowing that NCC is made it very clear that only 46% of this country is covered by statistics. That means that Nigeria is not covered for electronic transmission. 66%. On behalf of Nigerian patriots that voted for me to this chamber, I vote a capital and unequivocal no to Albert. To Albert, in his motion.
Colleagues, for the interest of this country and the stability of Nigeria, I reject the proposal or the amendment as proposed by my colleague on the other side.
Colleagues, I am Dr. Aliu Sabi Abdullahi. I represent Niger North. On behalf of the very rural and network-deprived people of Niger North, I say a very big and capital underline no to the proposal by Albert Bassi.
Thank you, my highly respected colleagues. My name is Senator B. Muhammad Enegi. I represent the people of Niger South from Niger State. I rise to say no to the amendment proposed by my brother from Akwa Ibom State.
You are Kenre representing Ondo Central. Mr. President, I rise to vote for yes as contained in the complete report.
Based on the superior argument advanced by Senator Sabi, I vote no.
I represent the good people of Osun Central Senatorial District, and having been schooled in the evil of unfettered discretion, I said no to the suggestion from that side. Thank you.
Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Senator Adenigba Fadams, OFR, representing the educated and good people of Osun State. Osun East, not the traders. I stand to say yes for electronic transmission of.
My distinguished colleagues, having witnessing a recent one whereby a populated portion of my rural area has no network. I just gave them network about 2 days ago. I want to say that in order not to disenfranchise any part of this country, I say no to Albert's proposal.
Oyo South Senatorial District, I rise to vote yes to electronic voting. And
distinguished colleagues, I am Senator Hezekiah Dimka representing Plateau Central. If I make the mistake of voting yes, I'll be in trouble when I get home. So I'm saying capital no to that suggestion.
Chair, distinguished colleagues, I am Senator I.D. Gyang, representing the blessed people of Plateau North, and I vote yes in favor of electronic voting and transfer of results as contained in the report
of the committee of which I'm a member. Thank you.
I vote no in support of the poor Nigerians who are not connected. And they deserve it. So we should take care of them, and for their interest, I am voting no.
George Thompson TheCable. I represent the Rivers Central District. Mr. President, I will vote. But a bill that was brought in by the chairman, Kabiru Gaya, and 16 others.
Please, just vote. Leave Senator Kabiru Gaya alone.
No,
the amendment is from Albert.
Let him talk now.
Please. I have the floor. I have the floor.
Let him come on board now.
I have the floor. Sir, Kabiru Ibrahim Gaya, who brought the chairman, who brought it in, he himself voted no. Against the report he brought for us. So are the other things in the report tenable? Are they tenable? Mr. President, I vote yes.
Okay, thank you.
Support of my friend and brother, distinguished Senator Albert Akpam, and the masses, Nigerian masses who want credible election, I vote yes for electronic transfer of
As
vote.
contained in the
Clean.
Mr. President, sitting as the chair, my name is Betty Apiafi. I represent Rivers West Senatorial District. Mr. President and my dear colleagues, I vote yes to electronic transfer of results and electronic voting, and yes to the independence of INEC, and not subject INEC to NCC or National Assembly as amended.
Colleagues, my name is Senator Engineer Dr. Ibrahim Gobiru, representing Sokoto East, knowing fully that 60% of Nigerians are not covered by service. I therefore vote no to Albert.
My name is Senator Ibrahim Abdullahi Dambaba, and I represent Sokoto South Senatorial District. How I vote here is determined by the statistics as released by NCC that states that there is 90.8% coverage, 90.8% 2G coverage. Mr. Chairman, sir, I vote yes, capital yes.
I'm present. I vote no to the resolution proposed by Albert.
Senator Isa Shoaibullah, representing Taraba North, is voting no.
I rise. My name is Ibrahim Mohammed Bomai, representing Yobe South. I rise to vote no for the proposal submitted by Albert.
No, Albert.
I am Senator Yao Sahabi Alhaji, representing the Zamfara Senatorial District. I stand to say no to the amendment sought by distinguished Senator Albert.
Sitting as chair, my name is Senator Isiaku Abo, representing the very good people of Adamawa North. Mr. President, I stand on my feet to vote no for electronic transmission of result, because the current electricity and telecommunication infrastructure as amended by Albert, because the current electrical and telecommunication infrastructure in Nigeria do not support it. I say again, no.
So Sabo Mohammed from Jigawa, I vote no, no, no.
Mr. President, distinguished senators, this is the result of the votes so far in the elections we just had. Total number of senators that are supposed to vote, 108. We have yes, we have 28. We have 52 nays. We have 28 people absent. So total number of votes cast is 80. That's the result. The number of senators is 109. With the exclusion of the Senate President, that makes it 108. So the Senate President did not vote in this respect. The nays have it.
Distinguished colleagues, just to reiterate what the clerk said. We are 109, but I only cast my vote when there is a tie. And apparently there is no tie. The ayes for those for the amendment proposed by Senator Albert Basi Akpan, 28 voted yes. 28 voted yes, those that supported the amendment. 52 senators voted no, they don't want the amendment. 28 of our colleagues, senators, are absent in different parts of the country doing some jobs for the Senate and the National Assembly. Nobody abstained. Total 108. Total votes cast 80, and that is 28 plus 52. This now settles the issue of 52-3, that this amendment proposed and voted for by senators, proposed by Sabi, stands. Distinguished colleagues, we are going to continue, and I will suggest that we wait until we finish our consideration of this report, because we are closing today. Please. Distinguished colleagues.